All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here at Green Lantern Pizza in Berkeley, Michigan, and walking out the door, I met my new friend, Chance, and Chance, you're at least 18. You know we're videotaping. This is going to be posted online.
Yep.
All right. And so I noticed when I was coming out that you had a sleeve full of tattoos, and this man graciously lifted his arm and started to talk about it. So let's talk about your tattoos. Now, which one was the first out of this sleeve?
This one.
Okay.
The sword, around it. It's from Lord of the Rings.
Okay. And so you're a Lord of the Rings fan?
Nerd.
No. Okay, so let's just go through and let's explain what they are. So why was that like the first one?
So it was a last minute decision. I was supposed to get a tattoo for my grandfather, but I just emotionally couldn't do it.
Okay.
He just passed away.
Yep.
I was like, well, all right, I'm gonna do this instead.
Okay.
It's my favorite character's sword before it got fixed.
Okay.
The tree roots behind, the tree limbs behind it are his people's, like, his symbol.
Yeah.
And then that's the inscription of the One Ring around it.
And what does that say for those of us that are not Lord of the Ring nerds?
It's the inscription on the ring. It's basically telling how the story of the One Ring.
Okay.
How all the rings are bound to the One Ring.
Okay.
And
now that's the one with the precious, right? All right. And so tell us about the rest of the sleeve. So that how long ago was that?
This was 4 years ago.
4 years. Okay. And so how often do you get tattoos?
So it was, this one was 4 years ago.
Yep.
The tower, which is the main, this is Sauron's tower, Barad-dûr. He's got his eye up here. This is it falling. That's why it's cut in half.
Okay.
This was 3 years ago.
Okay.
And then the rest of this was in March.
Of this year. Okay. Now, what's the longest one you've had to sit for? How much time?
It would be here. Honestly, all of this is everything but the first two.
Yep.
Are about tied. It was from 1 to 8.
Wow. And what do you do with all that time while you're...
Me and my tattoo artist are really, we're friends.
Okay.
We hit it off on the spot. So, we just sat and bullshit the whole time. I'm a tree trimmer, and I actually did work in her backyard.
Okay. So you want to give her a shout out, her name and tattoo place?
Her name's Jessica for Watchtower Tattoo off Hall Road.
Okay.
It's great. I can't recommend her enough.
Okay. And
tells itself.
Yeah, so she's been the only artist that you've allowed to work on you?
So 2, I just don't go to him anymore about these 2.
Okay.
But yeah, she did all of the rest of it. The shading, necklace, all of this up here. This is one character, another character, and then a scene from the books underneath it.
Now, how do you decide which thing from the series that you're going to put on you?
Just stuff that hit me.
Okay.
I guess so. My favorite character's weapon.
Yep.
His 2 followers, the axe and the bow, same thing. The tower is a big symbol in the books. One of the books is named the 2 Towers.
Right.
This is the second one. My favorite character's love interest. This is actually a necklace.
Wow. Okay.
But it's just the jewel on the necklace. The big bad in the series, besides Sauron, is the Witch King. And for me, because you don't really see Sauron, you see the eye. Mm-hmm. This is the Witch King. You have Gandalf here. You have the Witch King underneath it, and then the door. This is the door to Bag End, where all of the main characters meet. Gandalf knocks on the door twice, and that's how the stories from The Hobbit and then The Lord of the Rings happen. And then the only dragon that gets really talked about in the movies and the books, exclusively, is Smaug.
That she has done, that is phenomenal artwork.
Yeah, no, she did great.
I mean, she is. I'm just looking at the intricacy of this stuff here. Now,
I got them in March, and I'm going back in October for another one.
So now, this arm looks full. So where's the next one gonna go? All right, and what are you gonna? Is it gonna be a leg sleeve or?
It's just gonna be the back of my calf.
Got it. Okay, and what's going there?
For the tattoo I was supposed
Go
to
originally.
get.
Yep.
I'm getting it.
Nice.
This is done. I started this. This is done. I can be hey.
Okay.
I can do this.
So now you feel you're emotionally ready for that. So that's actually a great way to honor Granddad.
Yeah.
And then, are you going to get any other tattoos, or you think this is
probably it would be just random
tattoos? So now, some people say to me that they find the motion of the needle addictive. Is it so soothing, addictive? What's your?
A bit of both.
Really? Okay.
My pain tolerance is pretty high, so all the spots that my wife has a bunch of tattoos.
Okay.
And all the spots that she told me on my arm, this is gonna hurt. The ditch, the back of the elbow. I fell asleep during the back of my elbow.
Okay.
The ditch didn't bother me. The only parts that actually hurt was up here
at the bone,
my shoulder, and then behind here.
Okay.
But even then, it was like
Wait, back here with meat? With
right here.
really? There's meat. Okay.
So I felt this here.
Got it. Okay. Wow.
I didn't really like it was whatever. But yeah, it was definitely like and you forget it immediately.
Wow. Okay.
You're walking out the door and like, wow,
You're
this
done.
is done. And then the next day, all I'm feeling is like, wow, this kind of burns. But I don't
Okay.
remember the pain of like, I
Got
can't
it.
tell you what any of it felt like. Only that like, it was. It's not a pain. It's awkward.
Yeah. Okay.
If that makes sense.
So, what was the least and most expensive tat?
Least was this.
Okay.
Least would be both of these.
Okay.
Both of these are about $200-300.
Okay.
The rest of it I paid for 2 days. 2 days, $200 down payment for both, and then like not counting tip, but like $600 each for both days.
Okay.
About $800 both days. But this was a 2-day process for the rest.
So now yours is going to be interesting. I'm interested in your response to this one. So, excuse me. Some people view their tattoos as art, other as inspiration. What's your, since it's, I mean, your theme is something you absolutely love. You're a nerd about it. So what's your view on?
Both.
Okay.
Both. So like the first, I'm a big reader.
Okay.
When people tell me it's like, oh, you got tattoos for the movies. No, I got them for the books.
Okay.
Like they're for the books. The movies are great. I love the movies, but I got them for me both. And they're just like, I read the books once a year. I consistently reread the books once a year.
Okay.
I make time to reread them no matter what. So it's a bit of both. There's a bunch of takeaways from the books that are and the movies that I feel like are inspirational. Like a character who doesn't quite know where he fits in, like who doesn't sympathize with that. You know, like everybody has a moment throughout their lives, no matter how confident they are, of like, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know where I fit in. So we all do, and he ends up being one of the most important characters in the series. So it's a bit of both.
Okay. And with, excuse me. Now, for people who don't have tattoos but may be in the throes of considering, you have any advice for them?
Just do it. Just do it. I got no other. I was on the hit or miss for years and years. It was like, well, my first tattoo is going to be from my grandfather. Didn't even get that, and here I am with a whole arm. My wife's got over 30 tattoos. Like, just do it.
Now, do you and your wife have any tattoos that you've gotten together, or are you planning on it? Really? Okay. All right.
Matching tattoos. I could die tomorrow, or she could, and then I have to explain this later on. Nope. I'm good. Little hints here and there. She's a Disney fanatic, and she has like most of her left arm's Disney tattoos.
Yes.
My favorite Disney movie is The Lion King, so on her arm she's gonna do like Simba and
Oh, okay.
all that. But that's something that can be like, something happens. Well, I like Simba now. It can be explained away.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And we will see you online.